Honestly, I like more when people don't like you around.
Really?
I like it more because for me it's like, oh guys, now I have a big chance to beat your guy, and everybody start to love me. Maybe not everybody, but like 70% you start to respect me and love me. This is pushing me forward. So I like it more.
So you like to be the villain?
Yeah, I like it more. I don't like so much to big support. Yeah, sometimes get you relaxed. Get you. But yeah.
There are swirling rumors, heated debates, and a provocative question on every fan's mind. Is Charles Oliveira scared to fight Rafael Fiziev? For months, this has been one of the most talked about matchups in the lightweight division, with both fighters at a critical crossroads in their careers. But for all the talk on social media, the question remains: why hasn't this fight been made? The simple answer, and the ultimate truth, is no. Charles Oliveira is not scared of Rafael Fiziev, and the fact is the fight is officially booked and confirmed. Oliveira and Fiziev are set to headline a UFC event in Rio, a momentous return for Bronx to his home country. But the reason for the question and the controversy surrounding it is far more interesting than the final announcement. Coming off a devastating knockout loss, many analysts believed it would be too soon for Oliveira to return, especially against a striker as dangerous as Fiziev. Despite this, Oliveira chose the fight himself and specifically asked the UFC to make it happen in Brazil. In doing so, he has put his legacy on the line and proved that he is willing to fight anyone, anywhere. So, while the rest of the lightweight division may be playing it safe, Charles Oliveira is doubling down on his reputation as a true warrior. In a recent video, Michael Bisping directly addressed the controversy surrounding the fight and the notion that Charles Oliveira is scared of Rafael Fiziev. While the fight has since been booked, Bisping's commentary adds crucial context to why many fans were speculating. He praised Charles Oliveira, calling him the most exciting fighter in all of the sport, with the most finishes, submissions, and bonuses. Bisping highlighted Oliveira's gangster attitude in his fights, which he believes makes the scared narrative completely false. He noted that a fighter with a history of taking on dangerous opponents is not one to run from a challenge. Bisping views the fight as a fascinating stylistic matchup. He understands why some people are nervous for Oliveira, particularly since he is returning from a knockout loss. However, Bisping trusts in Oliveira's willingness to fight anyone, anywhere, and sees the matchup as a testament to his courageous nature. Daniel Cormier has been vocal on his YouTube channel about his concern for Oliveira fighting so soon after his knockout loss. He believes that coming back just a few months after being knocked out by Ilia Topuria is not the best decision for Oliveira's health. Cormier compared the situation to his own career, stating that after he was knocked out by John Jones, he took time off to ensure he was 100% physically and mentally ready before returning to the cage. While Cormier acknowledges that both Oliveira and Fiziev are exciting strikers and the fight is a barn burner, his primary focus is on the long-term well-being of a fighter he respects. He views Oliveira's decision as a testament to his warrior spirit and his desire to fight in his home country, but as a former fighter himself, he expressed his apprehension about the quick turnaround.
Anytime you Bronx fights, I get excited, the world gets excited, but then you start to digest the idea that Charles Oliveira last month got knocked out bad. Why so soon? That was my thought once I calmed down from the excitement of, oh my goodness, Charles Oliveira's fighting again. For me, that's scary. When you get knocked out like that, you should take a little bit of time before you go back into the octagon. I remember 2017, I fought John Jones. I got knocked out in Anaheim. I got a fight offer right after. And I just said, nah, I need to let my brain heal. I've got to let my mind settle after going out like that. It would not have gone well. I respect Charles Oliveira tremendously. I think he's amazing. Charles Oliveira fighting in 3 months after that knockout, to me, just does not seem like the best decision. I hope this isn't like I don't have to look back at this 3 months from now and go, oh, it happened to Charles. But it's just very scary.
For months, the MMA world has debated my comeback. People have questioned if a quick return is wise, especially after a knockout loss. But my mindset is simple. I'm a fighter, and I want to fight. My decision to step back into the octagon so soon wasn't about proving anything to the doubters. It was about getting back to what makes me happy. I specifically went to Hunter Campbell and the UFC to request this fight in Brazil in front of my family and my people. For me, coming home to perform in front of my nation isn't just a fight, it's something magical. As for Rafael Fiziev, he's a true professional and a really tough opponent. I have nothing but respect for him. While a lot of fighters talk a big game on social media, Fiziev was the one who had the courage to sign the contract and come to my home country to fight. He is no joke, and I have seen the dangerous power he possesses. I have learned from my last fight that you can't be too comfortable in there, and you can't stand around waiting for one shot. I'll be more focused on my movement and on bringing the fight to him, whether on the feet or on the ground. This fight is about more than just a win or loss. It's about my legacy and my happiness. My story is already written. I am the all-time UFC leader in submissions and bonuses, and I have been a champion. There is no pressure on me. I'm just a kid from the favela who is truly happy and grateful to be back doing what I love. This fight is a promise to my people that I will always keep moving forward, and I am going to put on a show for all of Brazil.
Fala minha família, bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite. Não sei que hora vocês vão estar olhando esse vídeo, mas primeiramente quero agradecer demais a Deus por mais uma oportunidade gigante que ele vem me dando. E logo em seguida, Dana White, Hunter, Shane Shelby, obrigado por ter atendido o meu pedido. Eu vou falar para todos vocês, dia 11 de outubro, no card do UFC Rio, Charles Oliveira versus Fiziev, a luta principal dessa noite. Então, galera, eu tô muito feliz por tudo isso. Conto com a energia positiva de todos vocês, que a gente esteja junto ali, né, nessa positividade para que tudo dê certo. Tô feliz demais. Alguns vão falar uma coisa, outras, mas faz muito tempo que eu não luto no Brasil, e poder voltar a lutar no Brasil para mim é muito importante. Carregar nossa bandeira gigantescamente. Conto com a energia positiva de todos vocês. Dia 11 de outubro, Charles Oliveira, Charles do Bronx. Hey.
As of today, the fight between Charles Oliveira and Rafael Fiziev has not yet taken place. It is scheduled for October 11th, 2025, so Chael Sonnen has not had a chance to give his thoughts on the results of the match. However, based on his previous commentary leading up to the fight, Sonnen has been very critical of Charles Oliveira's choices. He has insinuated that Oliveira has avoided difficult matchups and has questioned his commitment to fighting the top contenders in the division. He has also been a vocal proponent of Rafael Fiziev's striking, praising his technical skills and viewing him as a dangerous threat to any fighter in the lightweight division. Given his past critiques of Oliveira and his respect for Fiziev, Sonnen's analysis would likely focus on whether Oliveira's jiu-jitsu can overcome Fiziev's striking. While he would commend Oliveira for taking on such a high-risk opponent, his commentary would likely be more focused on the stylistic challenges that Oliveira faces rather than his chances of winning.
There was no real new skills here. I mean, I've seen jabs and crosses, I've seen hooks. It just turns out there is a power. There is a power that is almost unspeakable. I got to go back to Iron Mike Tyson, quite frankly. When I've seen a guy that can step in regardless of opponent, regardless of age, regardless of experience, and put them down with one punch. It's the basics, though. It's the basics that wins championship. He's not coming out here. He's not running with flash. He's not like Pedersen. He's running up a cage and kicking you in the face. This is real simple stuff. But
as he prepares for his momentous return to the octagon, Charles Oliveira is leaving no stone unturned. With a homecoming fight in Brazil on the horizon, Bronx has completely immersed himself in a training camp focused on perfecting the tools he will need to defeat the dangerous striker, Rafael Fiziev. While many have questioned his decision to return so soon after a knockout loss, Oliveira has shown that his mindset is bulletproof, stating that he doesn't need anyone to pick him up. He has already gotten back up and is ready to move forward. Footage from his training camp reveals a clear tactical focus for this matchup. In videos released by his team, Oliveira has been seen putting a heavy emphasis on takedowns, cage control, and his masterful grappling. This is a deliberate strategy to counter Fiziev's devastating striking and bring the fight into his domain, where he holds the record for the most submissions in UFC history. It's a calculated move that shows Oliveira has learned from his past mistakes and is preparing to fight with a specific game plan to neutralize Fiziev's strengths and impose his own will. There you have it, a full breakdown of the biggest clash in the lightweight division. This fight is more than just a main event. It's a high-stakes, career-defining moment for both Charles Oliveira and Rafael Fiziev. Will the momentum of Bronx be enough to secure a victory in front of his home country, or will the power of Ataman prove to be too much for the former champion? We want to know what you think. Who are you picking to win, and how do you see the fight playing out? Let us know your predictions and thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Octagon HQ for more in-depth analysis, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. We'll see you in the next one.